Hello guys, welcome back to the Med Concepts with Bhavya, and today we are going to study the second lecture video for the lung anatomy. We are going to study the roots of the lung, and in the roots of the lungs we are going to study what is the definition of the roots of the lung, and then we would be studying about the structures that are present in the root of the lung in each side, that is in the right side and in the left side. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. So first of all, let's go through the definition of root of lung. Now, the definition of root of lung, I would be involving 2 points here. First would be the definition and then I would explain it further. So first of all, the root of the lung is defined as the connection between the mediastinum and the medial surface of the lung. Okay, so let me write it over here. Okay, so I have written the main definition over here. Here we will have 3 to 4 important words which I will underline with a black pen. First of all, it is a broad and short pedicle. Now what is pedicle is? Pedicle is like a stalk. Okay, we also use this word known as pedicle in flowers also, which is the peduncle. Peduncle. So pedicle or peduncle is something that connects one structure to other structure. So in anatomy, pedicle is used for the same terminology only. That is, it connects one structure to other structure. So here, the root of the lung is the pedicle, which connects the mediastinum to the medial surface of the lung. This is one thing. The next question that arises is, what exactly is mediastinum? See, mediastinum is a separate lecture topic. It is a separate chapter in our book, anatomy book. But for now, I just want to tell you that mediastinum is the space between the two lungs, and it contains of all the structures, ligaments, tissues, but it doesn't contain lungs. Do you understand? It is the space between the lung and it contains all the structures, tissues, etc. But it does not contain lung. It is present between the lung and not around the lung. In details, we would go through the mediastinum in some other lecture when we take mediastinum topic. Okay, so for now you can remember only that much. That is, it is a space between the two lungs. Let me write it here in small if you want. Space between the two lungs. So this is the main definition that I was talking. Now I have told you 2 things here. First is what exactly it looks like. So it looks like broad and short pedicle. And what does it do is it connects the medial surface to the mediastinum. This is the main definition. Now talking about the formation of lung, the lungs are formed, please focus into the sentence and then I will explain the sentence. The lung is formed by several structures that enter into the lung and several structures that exit out of the lung at the region of hilum. Now what exactly is hilum? Hilum is a depression in the medial surface of the lung. Okay, so hilum is a depression in the medial surface of the lung, whereas roots of the lung are broad and short pedicle, which connects the medial and mediastinal surface. Now what happens is, there are many structures that come into the hilum. That is, they enter into the hilum, and there are many structures that exit out of the hilum, and those structures are marked here. So these are the structures we would mark, we would study about, we would study the arrangement of them, and we would also learn how to make this diagram. Alright, so formation of root of lung is also clear. Let me write it here. We have already talked about the definition and the formation of the root of lung. Now we would talk about the contents of the lung. For talking about the contents of the lung, let me write right side this side and left side this side, and then we can write the names of the contents. So here we will have the right side, that is the right root. Okay, and this side we will have the left root. I am not writing root of the lung, or do you want me to write that? Okay, I will write right root of lung and left root of lung. See, we have some things which are common in both the sides and we have some things which are not common on both the sides. So let us first write the common things. So the first one is your pulmonary artery. We have pulmonary artery both in the left side and the right side. Okay, we have pulmonary artery over here and also over here. So this is one common thing. Since we already talked about artery, definitely we will have veins, right? So we have two pulmonary veins. See, these are only one pulmonary artery on both sides. But when it comes to vein, we have two pulmonary veins on each side. So write it here like this. So pulmonary veins, two on each side. Okay. So artery is one and vein is two on both the side. This is common. Then we also have something which is common, which is your bronchial veins. We have bronchial veins over here on both the sides. See, you can remember it like that. Common things are pulmonary artery, pulmonary vein, bronchial vein and bronchial artery. See, I have changed the order, but you can remember it as two arteries and two veins, pulmonary and bronchial arteries, pulmonary and bronchial veins. Okay, so you have to remember how many are present on what side. Then we have what? See, we have written the veins, so we have the bronchial arteries. Okay, we will write arteries since we have we will write artery. Let me cut this, I'm very sorry. We have artery here, that is we have only one bronchial artery on the right side, that is the right root of the lung, and we have bronchial arteries, that is we have two arteries in the left side lung. So till now we have completed 4 contents. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? We have total of 8 contents in the root of the lung. Let me complete all the contents and then we will revise it again. So let me write it here also. We have 8 contents in total. Just to remember, because sometimes if we remember the number of the content we have, we can easily remember or we can easily recap while we are in the exam hall or in Viva or whatever. Okay, so we have done 4. Then we have areolar tissue. Okay, we have areolar tissue on both the sides. So areolar tissue. Then we also have pulmonary plexus, which is common. Pulmonary plexus. This is 2 in number on both the sides. So pulmonary plexus, which are 2 in number. One is anterior pulmonary plexus and one is posterior pulmonary plexus, which I will explain further in detail when we go into the diagram. Okay. Then we have, see how many we have done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are left with 2. Now there is one more thing which is common and only one thing which is uncommon over here. So the 7th one is lymph nodes. We have lymph nodes on both the sides, okay? Both on right side and left side. So lymph nodes. And the last one, which is the uncommon one, I will write it with the blue pen, is the bronchus. 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 Please remember, on the left side we have only one bronchus, which is known as principal bronchus. So remember, left side has only one bronchus, which is known as the principal bronchus, whereas right side has two bronchus, which are known as eparterial bronchus and hyparterial bronchus. Epa is above and hypa is below. So we have two bronchus on the right side, which is eparterial, eparterial. Okay, so hyp and eparterial bronchus, and then we have hyparterial bronchus. On to the left side, left side, again I'm repeating, on to the left side we have only one bronchus, which is known as the principal bronchus of the left root of the lung. Similarly, this is one bronchus. Now when we go to the right bronchus, since I told you they are not similar, so the unsimilar thing is, on to the right root of the lung we have two bronchus which are known as eparterial and hyparterial. I have written the spelling wrong. We will also have E over here. Did I do overwriting? Do I have to write it again? Okay, I will write it again just for the sake of good handwriting. Hyparterial. And I did overwriting again. Oh, I'm sorry. See, you have to remember EP and HYP. Okay, so EP, EP and hype, that is HYP. So you have to remember EP and HYP, and then you have to add arterial and arterial over here. So eparterial and hyparterial. ARTERIAL. It is arterial and not atrial. Please remember. Eparterial and hyparterial bronchus. So it is two bronchus, that is eparterial bronchus which is present above and hyparterial bronchus which is present below, and this is the right root of lung. So that is all about the content. I have already drawn the diagram and we are going to read each of the content from this page and mark it into this diagram so that we can understand the proper labeling and we can also remember the diagram on the same time. I have already drawn this diagram and colored this diagram just as to prevent wastage of time. But if you want me to draw the diagram like literally in a clean white sheet in front of you, I will do that. I will make a video of about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, making the whole diagram in front of you and coloring it in front of you and labeling in the front of you after this lecture is uploaded. But for now, we will just go into the content labeling. Okay, so first of all, let us keep this one here first. Okay, so first of all, we will start with pulmonary artery. Now, pulmonary artery, I have to explain one more thing to you guys over here. See, normally the arteries are in red color and the veins are in blue color. Please comment down in the comment section why they are in red and blue color. Why is the artery in red and why is the vein in blue? If you know the answers, do comment down in the comment section below. The answer is because usually the arteries of our body contains and transports oxygenated blood, that is also known as pure blood, whereas the veins contain or transport the deoxygenated blood. So the arteries supply the pure blood or oxygenated blood to us, that is to the body parts of our body, whereas the veins take up the deoxygenated blood or impure blood from the body towards the lung for clearing or for purification of the blood, and also then to the heart. Okay, but in case of lungs alone, the whole system is vice versa. Okay, the whole system is totally opposite. Now here the arteries are in blue color because here the arteries that are related to lungs, pulmonary means lungs. Okay, so the lungs artery, that is the pulmonary artery, carry the deoxygenated blood and the pulmonary veins carry the oxygenated blood. So everything is vice versa. Artery is in blue color and veins are in red color. That is why we have the colors different here. Do not get confused. Now, since I do not have blue color, I have colored it with purple color. So first of all, you have to make this shape of structure, which is the pedicle shape of structure for both the side, right side and left side. So the first thing that I told you to mark is the pulmonary artery, which is common on both right root and the left root. So we have the pulmonary artery over here. Okay, I am marking it commonly, which is our pulmonary artery. So pulmonary artery. Again repeating, it is in blue color because in case of lungs, the pulmonary artery carries the deoxygenated blood. So this is the first structure that we will make. After that, we have the veins. I told you, right? Remember it in order: pulmonary artery, pulmonary veins, bronchial artery, bronchial veins. So artery, vein, pulmonary artery, pulmonary vein, bronchial artery, bronchial vein. So talking about the pulmonary artery, we have marked the pulmonary artery here. Next thing, which is the pulmonary veins. I mentioned it over here that we have two pulmonary veins on each side. Now what are those? Those are your superior and inferior pulmonary veins. Okay, so do you want me to mark it here also? Now we will mark it over here. Obviously we see two red color structures, right? We see two red color structures. Please ignore these small ones. These are bronchus. You don't have to, these are bronchial arteries. You don't have to focus on that now. You have to focus on these ones, these bigger vessels. These are the pulmonary veins. Okay, so obviously which is the superior and which is the inferior? This is the superior pulmonary veins. That is the superior means up. Okay, superior means the one which is above. So superior pulmonary vein, and which is below is the inferior pulmonary vein. So I will mark them together again. This one and this one. And these are superior pulmonary veins. Okay, so on each side we have a superior pulmonary vein and an inferior pulmonary vein, which we have marked. Next up we have the bronchial artery and bronchial veins. See, there is a confusion that I created. Here in the bronchial veins also we have some difference in the right root and left root. So here the contents, 6 contents are in common. Okay, we have 6 contents that are common, and we have 2 contents that are uncommon to each other in different side. So bronchial veins also are, bronchial arteries also are uncommon. In the right side we have only 1, and in the left side we have 2. Please forgive me for this confusion. I am repeating again. I said there are total 8 contents, right? And out of the 8 contents, 6 contents are common, not 7. Again repeating, 6 contents are common and 2 contents are different on the sides, on the right side and the left side. That is on the right root and the left root. What are those 2 contents? One is the bronchus, which we already studied, and then we have bronchial arteries. In the right side we only have 1 bronchial artery, in the left side we have 2 bronchial arteries. Now let us mark the bronchial arteries. See, I already told you pulmonary artery alone is blue in color. Bronchial artery would be red only. Okay, so do not get confused. Now talking about the bronchial artery. If you see in the left side, we have 2 bronchial arteries. Now where do I mark it? These are the 2 bronchial arteries. Okay. We will mark each side alone, like each side separately. Bronchial arteries. And this side we have only 1 bronchial artery. So, bronchial artery. Let me write in the bracket as 1. Here we will write 2. So 2 bronchial arteries, 1 bronchial artery. This is one labeling. Then we have done the bronchial arteries and bronchial veins. Veins are not present in this particular diagram. So let us skip the veins and go to the next one. We have talked about bronchial artery. We have talked about bronchial veins. Next up, we have the areolar tissue. See, I am repeating again. Bronchus and bronchial arteries are different in right side and left side. Except for that, everything is common. So next one is the areolar tissue. Areolar tissue is this one, which is present at the lowermost part of the root of the lung. So we can mark it together. It is colored in yellow color. Areolar tissue. That's it. Then we have Pulmonary plexus. See, plexus means a group of nerve bundles, right? Similarly, like brachial plexus. So, we have pulmonary plexus in the lung, and we have two pulmonary plexus on each side. One is your anterior pulmonary plexus, and another one is the posterior pulmonary plexus. Let me write this also here. So, let's mark it. These are the plexus. These two yellow color stuffs are plexus. See, I have already made the surface marking over here. This is anterior, posterior, superior and inferior for the right side. Here for the left side, anterior, posterior, superior and inferior. Whenever you make a diagram, first of all make this map, okay, which is anterior and which is posterior. Now by taking the help of these, let us mark the plexus, which is anterior and which is posterior. So first let us mark the left side. In the left side, anterior is this side. So this is the anterior pulmonary plexus. Okay. And posterior is this side. So this is the posterior pulmonary plexus. I will take it above. I have to cross it. So we have the posterior pulmonary plexus. Okay, so anterior pulmonary plexus is this one, posterior pulmonary plexus is this one. Similarly, onto the right side, this side is anterior, so this will be the anterior pulmonary plexus, and this side will be, this is posterior, so this side will be the posterior pulmonary plexus. So we have done 6 contents in total till now, and then we also have 2 more left. One more which is common is known as the lymph nodes. We have lymph nodes on both the sides. So these are the lymph nodes. Okay, these grayish color of structures are known as lymph nodes and vessels. So let me mark them. This thing is known as the lymph nodes and vessels. I have to bring these also here. So lymph nodes and vessels. Okay, so we have lymph nodes and vessels in grayish color. This is the 7th content that we marked. Do not worry, I know this is a little messy over here. I would also make a diagram and I will take a video of that while making the diagram from the starting till the end, coloring it, marking it and everything, and I will upload that video after this lecture video. Okay, so the part 3 would be on the diagram of this. Okay, so don't worry about that. Then we have the last one, which is uncommon. This is the second thing which is uncommon, that is the bronchus. We have 2 bronchus in the right side and 1 bronchus on the left side. So coming back to the diagram, we have 1 bronchus. Bronchus is also marked in grayish color over here. Okay, how can you remember bronchus is? Please remember the plexus. Near the plexus, near the posterior plexus, we have the bronchial vessels, and around that area only we have some structure in gray color, which is the bronchus, or bronchus on the left side, principal bronchus, and hyparterial and eparterial on the right side. So let us mark them. On the left side, we have only 1 bronchus, which is known as principal bronchus. Okay, so I'll write it here, principal bronchus. Whereas on the left side, we have 2 bronchus. I already told you, remember ep and hype. Ep is above, hype is below. So this is eparterial bronchus. Whereas this one, which is below, I have to bring it over somewhere here. This is known as the, let me bring it more down, hyparterial bronchus. this is what it is. So eparterial bronchus, hyparterial bronchus, and then we have principal bronchus on this side. I have to shade them, I suppose, because it is getting very confusing, right? So okay, we can do one thing. We will do color coding over here. I will just complete this and come back to you. To clear off the confusion, what I did is I made boxes around each content, and I also marked these colors over here so that you can find out which label is where. Okay, so let me start like this. First of all, pulmonary artery is marked with green color. So pulmonary artery, see, I have made a box of green color around pulmonary artery. Similarly for pulmonary vein, both for superior and inferior, purple color box, purple color marking is over here. Then for bronchial veins and bronchial artery, pink color over here. Okay, see, pink color boxes for bronchial artery. For areolar tissue, yellow color marking, which is here, yellow color marking. Then for pulmonary plexus, I underlined it with dark blue color. That is this one, this one, this one, and this one. All the four, anterior and posterior on both sides. Okay. For lymph nodes, I have made a box with pencil, or you can say gray color, which is over here. And for bronchus, I have not marked anything so that it will look different so that you can find. So this is all about the diagram. Let me keep this. Okay, so this is all about the diagram labeling. I hope it was clear. And if there was any confusion, I am again repeating that in the next lecture, we will have a video of this diagram alone. I would focus on this diagram alone, and I will make sure that each one of you gets to make the diagram and learn the diagram and have it on your fingertips. So that is all about today's video. Let me revise it once again. So today we talked about the root of lung. In the root of lung, first we talked about the definition, and then we talked about the formation, and then we talked about the contents of the roots of lung. So in the roots of lung content, we got to know that there are totally 8 contents, out of which 6 contents are common. 6 contents or structures are common on both the sides, that is both on the right root and the left root, whereas 2 are different. Which are those 2? They are both starting from B, that is bronchial artery, 1 on the right side and 2 on the left side, whereas bronchus, right root has 2 bronchus, which is eparterial and hyparterial. Eparterial is above and hyparterial is below, whereas on the left root we have only 1 bronchus, which is the principal bronchus. So that was all about the content. Then what we did is we made the diagram. We already had the diagram here, and then we marked each of these contents from here into the diagram. And then what we did, to clear off the confusion, I made color codings over here in the page number 2, which you have to compare with the diagram, the boxes onto the diagram, to understand the labels easily. So that is all about today's video. This video was all about the roots of the lung. In the next video, I would teach you how to draw the roots of the lung along with the color and the diagrammatic representation and proper labeling. So like this video, share this video, comment if you have any queries or doubts, and notes would be uploaded both on my Instagram page and on my Tele page. To find the link to those pages, you have to go into the description. I hope you understood the video. I hope this was clear. So until the next video, stay safe, stay home, or stay wherever you are, because colleges have reopened. My college has reopened. So stay safe wherever you go. Thanks for watching.